Hey fans, it's me, Crapgamer. No, today, just call me CG. Speaking from the heart about the things that have gone on here the past couple years, several years maybe, and how I feel like somehow we've undergone a small misunderstanding. Because when I think about what's gone on and the feelings that have been hurt, including mine, I know a lot of you guys have some personal history where you feel that, your feelings maybe got hurt or you feel betrayed, quote unquote, by things that I've said or things that I've done. Well, I have to tell you, it hurts me too. And I feel like I can talk to you fans because I too am a hardcore Xbox fan. And because even when I was with different, opinions, the hardcore Xbox fans seem to gather around me because I too was a hardcore Xbox fan. And we seem to have more than just a fan YouTuber relationship. It was all about being hardcore. Now, I'm not gonna, BS you people. There has been some back and forth issues. But I'd like to feel that I can be the best hardcore Xbox YouTuber that I can. And I'd like to feel that, I can help you and you can help me. And so I'm going to go out on a line here and ask for a personal favor. I would like you guys all to forgive me. I would just like to start all over and tell you fans that I think part of the problem is that I lost my way along the line. I lost my way. I really want to make you fans happy. And, I'm sorry beyond my heart of hearts that I hurt you, and I'm sorry that as such a hardcore Xbox fan that I let so many of you down. I think that to be honest with you, to be 100% real, I think maybe I let some of the bitterness get to me a little bit too much. And, some of you guys were suffering with some issues because of that. And I'd like to see that stop. You guys, the Xbox hardcore, the fans, you have the power to do that. And you've done that. Marvelous job. You've really done a fantastic job. I really think that you've done a wonderful job. And I'd like to take this time to come out and, apologize to all the other hardcore Xbox fans that are just doing their hardcore duty. The Dealer Gamings, the Cold Eastwoods, the Tim Dogs, the Griffin Gaming. I would just, my heartfelt apology to all of you. Honestly, I am just, a sensitive guy. And this is so beyond what I would normally be like, and there's no reason to sort of do this bickering back and forth. Yes, I'm hardcore, you're hardcore, we're all hardcore, and now we're sort of at a place where, everything is sort of in its place. You guys are all forgiving me, and I think we're back to where we used to be as a hardcore family. Now, where the fans accept me and forgive me for some of the things that I might have said. And so, kind of, just what I'm saying is, let's not encourage the non-hardcore behavior of going back and forth. We've all said some things. People have said things to me. People have said some really cruel things to me. I've said most of the things that I've said kind of jokingly. But, at the end of the day, I'm hardcore Xbox. You guys might not realize this, but I'm super hardcore, right? I might not have, as much gamer score as some people, but, I don't think 166,000 plus is bad. I'm very hardcore. This gamer score proves it. I have over 1,200 games between Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Now, I only have 800 and something installed between all my devices because I had a lot of games that were just taking up space. But look how hardcore that is. That's a lot of games to play. That just goes and shows you, Crapgamer, good old CG, he's sorry for his role in upsetting so many of you and wants you to know that he hardcore is sorry. And I know talking in third person makes me seem sort of like an asshole, But at the same time, I also want you guys to know that, when it comes to being an Xbox fan, who was there from the very beginning when nobody else was there? Of course, it's me, because I'm hardcore. I'm a hardcore Xbox fan. And you know what? I think a lot of you guys forget that, and you guys forget the movements that were created because of my hardcoreness towards Xbox, right? Like, if you guys remember how bad Xbox was being dragged, the good name of Xbox being dragged through the mud because of something so simple and stupid as resolution, right? And I've always said, as a hardcore Xbox fan, resolution just doesn't matter. I mean, to be honest with you, it just doesn't matter. When you're a hardcore gamer, the last thing you care about is something like that. I mean, it doesn't even cross my mind that that should be a thing to be worried about as a hardcore Xbox person, right? Like, I'm trying to be honest about this. I'm very hardcore, and I'm very kind of one way about this stuff. But, I do think that, as far as being gamers, we all can be wrong at some time. And I have to admit, when I've been wrong, and you know what? I've been wrong quite a bit. But I also think that, due to unforeseen circumstances, like a lot of times when I'm right, you guys see me as wrong. And that's something that I really want to kind of nip in the bud, just as a hardcore Xbox fan. You want to know how hardcore I am? I got a Gears of War tattoo, people. Like, how hardcore is that? It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. I think that's probably why I was so over the top with some of the, what I looked at as disrespect on the franchise, going from, Gears of War 3 and, and then going from that point to, Gears of War 4 and Gears of War 5. Not that those are terrible games. Those are, fair games in and of themselves. But from a hardcore Xbox fan such as myself, it just wasn't hardcore enough. I feel like they really kind of went an opposite way with that. And so, as a hardcore Xbox fan, I have to say that, it sort of let me down. But you can't be afraid, as a hardcore Xbox fan, to maybe speak the truth about things like that. And maybe, just maybe, some of the feelings that were hurt were over an abundance of that. I get it now, right? As a hardcore Xbox fan, I see it. You don't want to be reminded that Xbox hasn't had a first-party game this entire year. Who the hell would? I'm with you right there, 100%. To me, I think that it's absolutely ludicrous, and maybe I'm a little bit mental for even suggesting that. Like, what kind of fanatic keeps that in the back of their mind, that a console company hasn't done that, or that they haven't released a true AAA exclusive on Xbox in 673 days. Again, this is the part where I need you. Help me help myself, folks. Help me help myself. We can do it. We can get there, but it's going to take togetherness. I need your help. I believe that Xbox fans deserve a better class of Xbox YouTuber, a hardcore Xbox YouTuber, and there's nobody more hardcore than me. I love hardcore Xbox gaming because I am hardcore. I live hardcore Xbox. In fact, I'm starting a new podcast called Hardcore Xbox, where we're going to be positive, but we're not going to be afraid to speak our minds about hardcore problems that Xbox might have, but hopefully it's going to be mostly good things about how great Xbox is, how great Phil Spencer is, how amazing Game Pass is, and just how much you hardcore Xbox fans need me, a hardcore Xbox fan, as much as myself, a hardcore Xbox fan, needs you, hardcore Xbox fans, in our lives. We can 673 days, that's nothing in the grand scheme of things. Us hardcore gamers, that's nothing. We can definitely get over that. I have my original Halo 2 Steelbook copy from the Xbox, the original Xbox. That's how hardcore I am. I have a Master Chief statue because I'm hardcore. How hardcore are you? Now, if you guys are hardcore, and I just want to say thank you so much for accepting me back into the fold, let me know. What a fantastic day it is. Forgiveness all around, open hearts, open arms, hugs, Xbox gaming, hardcore. And I'm going to end it with my new catchphrase, no more rack 'em up. I'm sorry, that's not hardcore enough. We fact 'em up now. So, only the facts, nothing but the facts. Fact 'em up. CG, out. I'm hardcore.